All right, let's get into a game. Mm, mm, Rhino spec. Don't like the Rhino too much. Amplify spec could be okay. Missile spec could also be okay. It's either between these two. Maybe just click this. We do get two sources of fire. I'd prefer to go with the fire on the storms. And I don't know. Could put it on these guys, but I mean, 796. It's already, yeah. I think we just wait for the Phantom Rays here. Go for the crawlers, obviously. And don't want these guys to go too forward, I guess. Something like this is probably good. Let these guys go forward. This is going 10. This is going 6. So I just hope these guys don't kind of... they don't go up too quickly. I think this is fine. Could even go like this. The only thing is for the hounds is maybe to do the fire. We plan to do the fire from the Stormcrawler. So the only thing now is we want these guys to survive when these guys run up. I think this is okay, but it might not be, but let's go for it. I kind of feel like they'll move too fast and they will get splashed on, but let's see. This single thing is pretty annoying for everything, although it may not be a bad thing. Let's see how the volleys do. Why are the storms not firing? Hopefully we can get this arc light here. We do. ELITE Spec, okay. So that might be pretty decent, I guess, because it makes his extinguishers more expensive, the firehounds, although it's not a big deal. It makes the certain units that counter a little bit more expensive, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. I think we just skip here. We have to go for the Phantom Rays immediately. And let's see. Probably should be back here because everything's super back. There's no need to put him so forward, I think. Just try this. All right, so more arc lights. This is very good. He's okay. Crawler also very good. I guess. Even like this is not bad because when we do the fire, we want the fire to spread around here, so it's potentially worse if the crawler moves forward than going like this when the ray oil comes out. So this is beautiful. He's trying to counter the storms with this this thing here. And that splash is not amazing for him. Kills part of the fangs. He actually does have anti-air in the form of the fangs behind, the late fangs. But there's too much, might be too many of these hounds here. So it's very good because he's responding to what we have on the ground. He's not responding quite yet to the Phantom Ray. As a result, we actually get levels, so this is very good. Extended range, he might go for that, where we don't have that. Shield drop, I don't think so. Skip. Let's upgrade these guys. And I think we just keep going for more Phantom Rays. There's no need to play fancy, I guess. I wouldn't mind doing some flanks here also, but I think we just need to continue piling on the Phantom Ray pressure. Probably just put the two in the center. Could also go one here, and then go one like here, but I mean, I'm not sure what's better. Feels like this might get pulled on by the flank, whereas the two in the middle are just gonna be safe from that. Don't think we missile this. Let's just see what he does. Okay. Marksman with aerial spec immediately. It's kind of surprising to see the aerial spec so quick. That means we got to go oil and we got to go fire pretty quick. But let's just see what the drop gives us. Maybe the drop gives us like a Vulcan or something. Because we could probably beat this without having to click. We still have to waste 350 if we click the fire on the storm. I think I'd rather click the fire on the storm than the fire on the hound, even though it's 50 more. I think it's just fires more often. Now he is winning now. He's won this round. He's also leveled up, which is not great. We get the fire badger. It's going to be an instant pick. Now we save 350. That's why it's so important to actually wait for the drop, just in case we get this. And I think we go oil. We just maybe go oil now, and then we click shield maybe, right? Because we kind of need shield. We could go range on this next, right? But we need to click this oil, I think. I mean, we could just go oil and right now it's only 100. Maybe it's better to click that. I mean, it will make the energy shield way more expensive. That's the problem. I think we want to click this for sure, right? Yeah, let's click it. And I think we want like... We want the oil here, maybe. I mean, it's 300 for the oil, but I think we just go for this. So we kind of get a little head start on this. I mean, it's kind of like a shortcut. Might as well do it here. And okay, I think we just go for the chaff now, because the money isn't quite there for more Phantom Rays. It's kind of bad. All right. These are very good flanks, obviously. Do burn some of our own chaff, but I think that's the least of our problems. It's amazing how tanky the level 2 Phantom Ray with the small amplifying core is. It took like the shot from the Farseer did like so little. And because of the flanks, we were able to kill the towers. Now the reason I went for the flank was because we didn't have the money. I think we just skip here. I'm not going to say that I was like predicting it or anything. Now I think we have to go oil here. And probably range. Perfectly getting 2 more Phantom Rays. Wonder if they should be here or here. Maybe just have them go from the center. Right here. could be either way. I'm not so sure about this. Like the here, they kind of get distracted more on the side. Here, they get distracted more in the middle. You would imagine the middle's probably slightly better. Right? Double shot. No missile quite yet, but now that the crawlers move, the threat is a lot. It's a lot less of a annoyance. Fire comes down, as we've intended. Double shot is really scary, but our phantom rays have kind of leveled up a bit to the point where even the double shot does not necessarily one-shot them. But that being said, we are losing pretty badly here. Can our storms kind of save the day here? Maybe. Actually, they can, it looks like. Maybe not. All right. He's got super extended range on his arc lights. Vulcan is interesting. Phoenix, probably not something we do here. Probably have to get something and sell it. The Vulcan is quite interesting, but I don't think we necessarily need it. The fires are already spreading. Phoenix is indeed interesting. But what are we trying to kill with the Phoenix? Like, I guess his own Phoenix? So, might be good, because he's going to go Phoenixes now, you would imagine. Could also go for some Wasps as chaff, I would, because if he's going to go Phoenixes, then, a Wasp would make amazing chaff here. Is that something we do? Probably, right? Do we go shield on the Wasp? Let's just go for another Wasp here. Maybe we even go shield on the Wasp. 300? Is that too much of a gamble? I think it's fine. No Phoenix, but no... I mean... doesn't have any Mustangs yet. You'd imagine the Mustangs are coming out next round. How scary is this Sabertooth? Guess we have the Phoenixes. Are they level 1? Or they're level 2, so... I guess the Phoenixes will help with the DPS, but Phantom Rays are kind of good at it. Now, looks like the Wasps are in front, so are they tanking shots for the Phantom Rays? Probably, at least to a degree. Phoenixes still have 2 packs of Phoenixes, so that's good. Means all our Phoenixes are still around, but now the Phoenixes are starting to get targeted. Now you would imagine possibly Ford AA. Probably Mustangs is just a better option, but then the fire is also not great for him. Mass-produced overload might be okay. I wonder if we just put like an item on the Phoenix here. Is it worth it? Maybe, right? 100, if we level this guy up. These guys are doing nothing. They're just tanking. We'll level everything up. Might even put Cloak. I think now it's time for more Phantom Rays. Probably just put Cloak on it. I think we can borrow now. And range. Maybe some missiles. Yeah. Maybe even like a missile here, or is that gonna hit? Okay. Do we want like an attack? And maybe even a missile here. Maybe even like a missile here even. Alright. See a very, very smart triple wasp with all the techs. It's gonna go well into the cloak. The cloak wasn't that great into this. Very good counter. Have to give him that. Probably the best move that he could have done. And let's see. For us, I mean, Cloak I don't think was necessarily the greatest. Obviously, if we knew what he was going to do, we'd go like Ford AA or Mustang. Probably Mustang first, then Ford AA. But he may just not have enough here. And I'm hoping we could just win this game, but maybe not. Oh, thank God. Yeah, this was basically the best thing he could have done there. How did our units do? This did good. This did mediocre. The Phantom Rays did pretty mediocre, it looks like. So it's surprising that so the best Phantom Ray did 9,000. And that was a level 2. So this level 3 did 7,000. How much did the Wasps do? They did very little. And the Phoenixes, 14,000. They were the big damage dealers, I guess. I mean, not really, but this one did 14,000. So interesting. So the Phoenixes did most of the damage. Maybe like the Phantom Rays were just kind of like chaff. Maybe they killed. I mean, they did 9,000, but it was probably 9,000 worth of like Wasp damage, right? Like it was just trading into the Wasps. The Wasp, you could see a 300 cost Wasp did 35k versus a 300 cost Phantom Ray, which did 9.2. So it's like a 4 to 1, and that's the best one. Right? If we look on average, let's say the worst one, 21k. Yeah, it's like between 2 and 8 times more. The HP is I can't calculate this. I guess this is like 12. Just call it 10 or 12, so 7,000 total. Whereas you have 18, so it's 3. In any case, the Wasps are like outperforming way better for their cost. It's only 900 cost of units, and we have 900 cost here. We have another 800 cost here, 1,700, 2,100. So yeah, his 900 pretty much counters our 2,100, but then like we do end up killing them with the Phantom Rays because of how much we have. It's only the first round. If this continued another round, there's no way the Phantom Rays would just be. You'd have to just start selling them. They would do absolutely nothing. So Fire Badgers did something, and surprisingly, this level 3 Fire Badger did the most. I'm very surprised about that. The Stormcrawler actually did so much, still level 1. I'm also very surprised about that. Good thing we didn't start selling. There's a lot of times where I think, well, even if the unit isn't so good, like we could still use it, and even if the new unit comes out is intended to replace the other unit, like we were gonna go fire on this either the Storm or the Hound, but I was thinking more likely the Storm, just because it fires more. We positioned it so it can do the fire. But then when the Fire Badger came out, obviously we no longer needed it for fire. We could have started selling it. But good thing we didn't. It was number 1 in damage. Right, even compared to this was number 2. This was number 1 in damage. So 200 versus a 400 cost unit with triple tech and the item, this still ended up doing a lot. We probably should have upgraded this. But yeah, I'm just kind of stubborn. I usually never upgrade the storms or anything. Thinking that it's just gonna intercept it or stuff's gonna happen, but yeah, we probably should have upgraded that. Maybe. I mean, maybe the units it was just killing off the units like the that were gonna die anyways to one volley, right? So maybe it's fine. All right, yeah, I'm pretty happy the way we played this. He played it really well himself. He couldn't have gone anything else. The only thing he could have done was maybe Fort AA. But then you run the risk of like the Phantom Rates killing him. But I don't know. Like you know, he was always on the back foot and always trying to respond to something like that was like the you know the previous step. Um, you know, he was always one step behind in terms of responding to the threat, and only now does he actually come out with something that we need to respond to. But we're so far ahead that he wasn't able to win the round. And I wonder if like you know, I wonder if shields would have done anything here. I wonder if how much these spend. So two techs. I wonder if like Ford AA maybe like in front with some shields. Like maybe would that have done something? I mean, I don't know. Let's give it a try. All right. So let's see. I think we just go shield to skip here. We'll sell out of this. Let's try the Ford AA play. Okay, I see what happened. So he doesn't really have anything for the Ford AA. Is the boat better then? Or is the Ford AA better? I mean, the stuff on the ground is killing him. Let's just try Fort AA first. Fortunately, you know, as ELITE Spec, that's kind of the problem here. You know, his stuff is all basically, you know, it's just too expensive for him to get into the forts. Like if he had, you know, I mean, it's quite good into. It's quite good when he goes Wasp. Like it's really, really good, but yeah. Do you just get like a missile interceptor here or something, or some missiles of our own? Maybe some missiles of our own here. Wouldn't mind range though, but probably missiles of our own is better because the opponent kind of closes the range. And I wonder if we just go like this. I don't know. This is super annoying, but it only takes a few seconds now to clear it. Fort has exited the bubble, so it's probably looking pretty bad now. And now there's not much that can kill the problem now is the wasps, so this is just not going to work at all. Let's just retry this. Would the boats work? Is what I'm thinking. Mass produce overload could be interesting. Especially since we have the ELITE Spec. So we get this and we sell out of something. Sell out of this, obviously. Cannot afford another one, but we can afford this. We could also afford this. What do we do here? This is probably better than this, right? I mean, reduces the damage. Well, maybe this is better. I don't know. I kind of want to try both here. Let's go for this first. Click this. Throw down some shields, maybe. And let's see how this goes. Splash must be very, very good into the wasps, you would imagine. Problem is, maybe the overlords are too far forward. Yeah, they're way too far forward. Alright, let's try that again. Is this card any good? I think so. I think maybe it is good. So sad that we can't get the other one. go for this. You could just have it go like this here, so it kind of helps clear this out a little bit. And range, let's go for the shields again. All right. Let's see how much splash this actually does. Well, it does 14, which is twice the amount of an arc light, so imagine this is pretty, could be really good into the air units that are super clumped up. Problem is the Phoenix maybe, but here it's just going to kill everything. As long as there's something behind, you would imagine, right? So still not enough. Maybe it's the... Maybe it's... Yeah, I'm fairly sure it's actually the other tech that's better. So launcher overload has to be better, right? And click this. Maybe just go for 2 shields. I mean, is shield even doing anything? But if we don't go for shield, what do we go for? Like an oil? Throw a missile into this. Try to get some value. Or do we just missile this? This way the fire, like, maybe doesn't even... maybe the fire looks like it's very delayed because these guys are moving so slow on both directions. So now the chaff is fully... I mean, yeah, the chaff is still alive. Maybe the boats need to be a little bit further forward. Now we're gonna probably get an ignition soon, right? Still no ignition, interestingly. Alright. That didn't work. Let's give it one more try. Is the problem this card, like 100? Because... yeah, maybe it's the problem is this card. Maybe we need to go for this instead. And... yeah. Maybe it doesn't make sense to... I think it's definitely this deck. Maybe it doesn't make sense to gimp our overlords when they're supposed to be the carry. 50 left over. Probably just missile something. Still want the overlords to come in. I don't want the overlords to go into there, so we'll just make it so hard for it not to go from here, though. Looks like these crawlers are creating some serious problems. Well, at least we could go like this, maybe. So they're still kind of like in the fight once the fight starts, maybe. Or do we just like beacon this like here? And I also feel like we want both of these guys kind of on the same side here. Just so we can win really strong on one side. Do we like beacon this? I don't know. I don't know if that's correct at all. I feel like these guys should be moving forward, so I'm not so sure about this beacon. Yeah, this is a really bad beacon here. Like, they should be here fighting. But then the problem is there's really nothing in front, right? Now everything's already dead. Let's try that one more time. Yeah, I feel like with the carry units, like the boat, you need to support them. You don't want to gimp them with the mass-produced technology, especially if they're level 2. 50 left over. Could missile this. Could also just missile this. But then kind of our units are a little bit too forward. So maybe this is fine, actually. Right? We at least also get the second sentry missile here. The forts are in a good position. They are a little forward, though. That's not good. But there's really nothing, like, you can put in front of the fortresses, it seems. Like, are they supposed to be just behind this? But they still move forward. And then you still have this stuff behind. So I think, yeah, I think it's... Yeah, sorry for wasting everyone's time, but yeah, I just think there's probably nothing you could do. The wasps honestly were the best idea. I mean, you could go maybe for the Mustangs, but I don't advise you go into the Mustangs with this much fire. So, you know what he maybe could have done is went for the wasps on the same side instead of like split apart. Yeah, I think he did. I think he played it correctly. Or maybe even trip or even elite recruit wasps. Like, how would that work? Maybe just maybe yeah, maybe we try that instead. Like really elite recruit wasps. You know, and just click this maybe aerial spec. Sure, we don't have probably don't have enough money for range, but I still think this might be fine. Just put them like this. And let's go for range, obviously, here. Do we go for missile? Probably no need. Because we want these guys to be late. I think we want to shoot some missiles. Maybe even oil. Why don't we try that? Shoot missiles. And do we go for the defense or maybe just more missiles? All right. It's not going to be the greatest sentry missile. This is a juicy one, though. Okay, we hit some air units. This is about as good as we can ask for here. The range may not be necessary because you're not really worried about being outranged, I think. Like, all right. All right. So there we go. How much is that damage? That's 1,500 damage. So that's the way to beat this, actually. Don't even worry about the range. You're not getting into wasp battle. We're not clicking. If we click these two, then he has to click these two, but then he's level 3 already, assuming that we're level 2, which, you know, we're not even likely to level up the wasps, so it's kind of overkill on the range. The range is great, but it's not needed for Phantom Rays, and it's only needed in a Wasp Mirror, but we're not, it's actually not a Wasp Mirror, it's just Wasp Chaff. So in that case, the range does nothing. So I think that was the mistake. And yeah, I think that was it right there. All right, guys. Sorry to make you guys go through all the trials. I was thinking, you know, maybe the boat would be good here, but again, it's just too little, too late. There's, you know, there's just not enough. But I'm surprised that we were able to get the win with the level 3 wasp here. It makes a lot of sense, and this is like, you know, probably like the best use scenario of the elite spec is to get these kind of wasps, because this instantly counters everything in one turn. Frankly, it's shockingly effective and scarily effective how just this one deployment, you know, takes care of everything. And it's just one tech as well. All right, guys. See you in the next one.